Hi, I'm Brooke from Asmodee North America, and I'm here to talk to you about the river from Days of Wonder. In the river, players are pioneers exploring a new world. They're looking for the places that are the most rich in resources that they can then build and settle down. Each player receives their own player board with their own version of the river, as well as a boat with 4 pioneers that will go out and do the exploring and the work. To start the game, players decide which one tile they would like to start their river with. There are a number of different tile types. Some will give you resources, some will help you store those resources, and some will help you score points at the end of the game. So to start out, I think that I know that I'm going to want to build fast and I'm going to need a place to store all those resources. As soon as everybody takes their turn, we move on to the actual gameplay. You get to take as many turns as you have settlers available. I'll be able to take 4 actions this round. My options are to take a tile from the tableau. This is refilled every round. You can also take the first player token. This might be effective later on when you know you want to build immediately and end the game soon. You can also elect to switch 2 tiles. I'll go over that mechanic later. You can collect any number of these resources. We have brick, wood, stone, and food, which is a turkey. These are also wild, not as in wild turkeys, but as in these can represent any of the other resources when you go to building. You can also reserve a building. You may not have this many resources right off, but you can reserve a building by placing it in front of your player board face down. As soon as you are able to build and have the resources, you can take another meeple, put it in the building area, and build it for 1 less resource of your choice. So instead of 6 bricks, it would only cost you 5. Or 5 turkeys if you're feeling a little crazy. Once you build that building, you take a victory point, set it on your player board, and slide that building underneath. When you build your second building, you get an additional resource. Once you have filled up into your first turn of the river, one of your settlers, they kind of like where they're living, and they will retire. And as you move along the river, that will happen again. Another option you have is to switch tiles. At the end, if you have 2 tiles matching, top to bottom, with the same background, you get 2 victory points for each. I'm in a really good place here because I have meadows on both of these. However, it would be really great if I could get this canyon underneath this canyon. And there's the switch. The other interesting thing about this tile is it functions at both a mountain and a canyon for scoring purposes at that point. The game ends when either someone fills up all of their tile spaces or receives 5 victory tokens. At that point, scoring begins and the game is over. I think it's a fun worker placement game. I enjoy looking at all the different art for all the different buildings. I'm also really impressed with the quality of the components. And I think turkeys are really funny. They're wild and they're wild turkeys, you know. So I recommend playing the river. Go out and get it today.